it's Nikki here and welcome to another Bookish Friday video. So today I have for you my January book haul. There's a lot of books here. And don't judge me. Don't judge me, please. So let's start off with some bookish things, but not actually books. I bought a couple of bookmarks this month. I like to pick these up sometimes when I'm in Waterstones. I will pick up a bookmark to try and bump up my spending, so I get the stamps, because for every £10 you spend in Waterstones, if you have a Waterstones Plus card, you will get a stamp. When you collect 10 stamps, you will get £10 off your next purchase. So I'm forever buying bookmarks to just bump it up to £10 or £20 or whatever. So I bought this one this month. It's got some beautiful ringed seals on them. So really pretty. So I got that one. And then I picked up two from the works. When you buy bookmarks like these from the works, 20% of the retail price, exclusive of VAT, goes to Cancer Research UK. So I do like to pick these up when I am in there. I picked this map one up like this, and it says, "Reading is a passport to countless adventures." So that's what that one says. And then I picked up a Christmassy one. It is so pretty. I know we're over Christmas now, but I really like this one. So yeah, I picked those up. So, and they are only £1. And the one from the ringed seal one from Waterstones was £2. Okay. Let me talk first of all about my library books that I've picked up this month, because I do like to support my local library. The first one is a very exciting one. This is Brandon Sanderson's Starsight. This is the second book in, I don't know if it's going to be a duology or a trilogy or something, I don't know, but this is the sequel to Skyward. I did read Skyward last year in 2019, which I also got from my local library, and I was quite surprised that they had Starsight so quickly in my local library, because this has literally just been released. So if you don't know, Skyward is about a young girl called Spencer who is wanting to become a fighter pilot in this Earth, this futuristic Earth. And they are fighting the Krell, these alien Krell. And she's facing difficulty because her father was a fighter pilot, a very well known, very well renowned. However, during one specific battle, he turned coward and ran and turned on his own people, and so he was deemed a coward, and her family have had to live with that for most of their life. So her becoming a fighter pilot, she's facing some very disgruntled people who don't want her to be up there. So yeah, I'm very excited to read the sequel. So yes, looking forward to that one. The next two books are a continuation of a series that I've been reading through the library, and that is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. So I am on to Tower of Dawn and Kingdom of Ash. This one is massive. So Tower of Dawn is book 6 and Kingdom of Ash is book 7. This one is 660 pages and this one is 980 pages. Yeah, they both look the same size, but the paper in Tower of Dawn is thicker than the paper in Kingdom of Ash. So, whew, she's going to be a big one. And the next library book I got is going to be for a future video, so I'm not going to show you that one. But yes, I have another library book there that is going to be for a future video, so keep your eyes out for that one. So moving on to books that I have bought this month. I didn't realise I'd bought so many. Not all of these were brand new, full price, by the way. Let's just keep that in mind. Okay, the first book I want to show you is not actually a reading book, but it is a literary listography. My reading life in lists. If you know me at all, you know I love making lists. I make lists of lists. And this is exactly that. So all throughout you have basically bookish type lists. So you have audiobooks I love. You've got fictional characters I love, books I think I will skip, so books I don't think I'm going to read, books I read in high school, children's books I love, my favourite memoirs and autobiographies, my favourite science fiction, fictional characters I'd go on a date with, don't tell my husband, fictional characters I would not get along with. So lots of different types of lists. So yeah, I managed to pick this up half price, and yeah, I love it. This is something I can add to over the years as I read, and then look back and see what I thought about these books. The next book I bought because I am a member of the Waterstones book club in my local area, and our book of the month for February is The Midwich Cuckoos by John Wyndham. So this was the book club pick, so because I am a book club member, I get 20% off the retail price if I buy the book. So yeah, it wasn't until after I'd bought this book that I realised my local library has a copy. So if I'd have thought on, I should have checked my library first. I normally do, but for this occasion, I don't know why. I just said, okay, I'll buy a copy. But yeah, this book is about a sleepy English village of Midwich where a mysterious silver object appears. All the inhabitants fall unconscious. A day later, the object is gone and everyone wakens unharmed, except that all the women in the village are discovered to be pregnant. So it's going to be strange. It's going to be out of my comfort zone because I don't normally read books like this, but that's why I joined a book club, to try and read things that I wouldn't normally read and maybe find some new treasures. The next two books are some non-fiction books because after doing my bookish stats earlier in the month, I realised that my non-fiction reading has been very minimal over 2019 and I want to up that number for 2020. So I bought two new non-fiction books and I found these in my local Waterstones. These are Penguin Monarchs books, and we have Henry VIII and Victoria, and they had all of these books for all of the English kings and queens since the first. So Athelstan was the first king of England, and so it goes all the way from him up until Elizabeth II, and they have one of these little books for each king and queen, and they are all colour coordinated as well, so all the Tudors will be this same colour as Henry VIII. So yeah, and these were very small and just give me some great information that I'm going to enjoy reading because I love history and the kings and queens of England are an interesting topic to me. So I'm going to really look forward to not just reading these but collecting more of this collection. So yeah, look forward to some more of these coming in future book hauls. The next book I bought was Pages & Co. Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales by Anna James. I do own the first book. This is the second book, and these are absolutely stunning. When you take off the front cover, it is like this inside, well, on the hardcover. And I actually found this real cheap in a bookstore that we have in town, which is unfortunately going to be closing down in March. I am so sad. But yeah, so I snapped it up when I saw the price of this. It was only £4. So I snatched it up, and now it can go alongside my other one. The next one I bought is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the Shadow and Bone series, the Grishaverse series. I have read this, but I read it via a library book. So I figured this was on a buy one get one half price, and I couldn't find another book that I wanted, so I decided I would pick this one up and collect the other two later on, which are Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising, because I do love these books, and there's going to come a time when I know I'm going to want to reread them, so I thought that by buying my own copy I would be able to do that in the future. Then I bought a classic. This is Middlemarch by George Eliot. I have to really stop ordering classics online because she's thick. And this happened to me the last time I bought one of these Wordsworth classics online. I bought the Count of Monte Cristo online, not knowing, not realising that it's a big book. I have to stop doing this. So I bought this from the Works. This was on the 3 for £5. So it was only like, they're only £2 each, but then you can get 3 for £5. So that's what I did. Just to add to my classics collection. This is the kind of classics that I've never read before, never heard anything about. I don't know what it is about. Complex tale of idealism, disillusion, profligacy, you'd think I could read, loyalty and frustrated love. So yes, penetrating analysis of the life of an English provincial town set during the time of social unrest prior to the first Reform Bill of 1832. So yeah, it's a big book. It's a very big book. So yeah, got that one. Next, I bought this book because those sprayed edges are to die for. But I've also seen this book around quite a bit recently. This is V.E. Schwab's The Near Witch. I believe this was her first publication, but then because of her recent surge of popularity, they've brought this book back into print. So yes, this is my chance to read her first ever book that was published. So looking forward to this one. This one is The Near Witch is only an old story told to frighten children. If the wind calls at night, you must not listen. The wind is lonely and always looking for company. There are no strangers in the town of Near. So, seems intriguing. So, witchcraft. Pretty interested. The next book is one of my anticipated reads for this year. This came out beginning of January and I couldn't wait. It is Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. I read the first book, which is A Curse So Dark and Lonely, last year and absolutely loved it. That book is about a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and what is it with me not liking the main characters in books but absolutely falling in love with the side characters? Because there is a side character in A Curse So Dark and Lonely which I absolutely fell in love with, and I believe this book follows his story. So I am so excited for this. So I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen in this book because you have to read the first book before you read this one. So spoilers. But yeah, I am so looking forward to this. This will probably be on my February TBR. No, will be on my February TBR. So you might have already seen this depending on when this video goes up. The next two books are the two books that I also bought on that 3 for £5 offer from the Works, and they are Cinder and Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. So these are these two books. Cinder is a retelling of Cinderella, as you can imagine, but in this book, Cinderella happens to be a cyborg. A gifted mechanic in New Beijing is also a cyborg. She's reviled by her stepmother and blamed for her stepsister's sudden illness. But when her life becomes entwined with the handsome Prince Kai's, she finds herself at the centre of a violent struggle between the desires of an evil queen and a dangerous temptation. So, yeah, there's that one. And then Scarlet is obviously a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, I believe. So I won't go into the synopsis of this because I believe this is the second book to this one. So yeah, I got both of these on the 3 for £5 special offer from the works, but I think they are selling for about £2 each on the website anyway, so if you just wanted to pick these two up, then they're pretty cheap and inexpensive as well. So yeah, I will link the works website for you in the description box down below so you can have a quick gander. So yeah, I bought those two books. The next book is another book by Brandon Sanderson, and this is the Arcanum Unbounded. So this is a collection of short stories that Brandon Sanderson has written that are set in the Cosmere world, and that is the world that his Mistborn books are set in. So yeah, these books were originally published separately, but they have all been brought into one big bind up. So yes, there are one or two stories in here that I have already read and loved, so I just wanted the whole complete bind up because I'd actually like to start collecting Brandon Sanderson's books for myself, because I just love his writing. His whole magic system that he creates in his worlds is just so different and so unique, and I just absolutely love it. And when I read the Final Empire, the first book in the Mistborn series, I cried, laughed, just all the emotions, and I loved it. It was a wonderful time reading it. His books are all quite big books, so if you're not a fan of big books, maybe Brandon Sanderson isn't the one for you, but you could just get lost in his world completely. So yeah, I absolutely love Brandon Sanderson's writing. So yeah, that's that one. The next book I managed to pick up really cheaply on Amazon. I have been looking at this book for months, and I was kind of interested in it, but I was like, do I need it though? Do I really need it? I have a lot of middle grades on my shelves that I do need to get to. But then when I saw that Amazon had a special offer, £3.50. This book cost me £3.50 on Amazon, and that is Malamander by Thomas Taylor. As I say, I've been eyeing this book up for ages, but ummed and ahed about it because normally it's about £7.99, which is not bad. It's not a bad price, but I was like, do I need it? But when I saw it for £3.50 on Amazon, I just snapped it up. That basically was like, yeah, you can buy it now. So this is the story of a Grand Nautilus hotel. A mysterious girl crashes into Herbie Lemon's room and cries, "Hide me." In the window of the eerie book dispensary, a mechanical mermonkey sits and waits, and out beyond the pier something stirs. Could the legendary Malamander have returned? So it's a mystery and there's a mermonkey. I mean, that's what drew me in. You know, that's what drew me in. What the hell is a mermonkey? I mean, a monkey with a mertail? I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be a really exciting children's read. And I do love my middle grades, so that is that. And the last book that I was able to purchase, my God, this is like gold dust. I have been keeping an eye on this book on Amazon for months and months and months. I originally read this book through my local library, fell in love with the edition that they had because they had the hardback edition, and I just knew it was so beautiful. And I saw the second book in hardback released, and I knew I had to buy it. I knew I had to buy it because I love the story so much. And then I tried to find the first book. I could not find it without paying extortionate prices or buying it used. Like, the description, very used, didn't give me much hope that it was going to be in any good condition. So I kept my eye on it, kept checking, and eventually I found a library binding, so an ex-library book edition of this book. It's Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. The Trials of Morrigan Crow. So this has got that shiny, like what the library books have on it, so it's going to be well protected. I can't show you the cover of this one, but I will, bear with me. But I have Wondersmith here, and I can take the cover off this one. And the hardback edition looks like this, and the Nevermore is very, very similar to that, so it's got that beautiful hardback cover. So I am so pleased that I managed to find this in good condition. It's well protected, well looked after. It is ex-library, so it has the old library card at the front, but that I don't mind. And there's not much damage to it either, so there is that. And the final two books that I have brought into my collection this month were actually gifted to me by a lovely lady who attends my lunch club that I run, I suppose. They claim I'm in charge. I have no idea how that happened. But I run a lunch club every Wednesday for over 50s. We all meet up at a charity cafe, we all have lunch together, and then I do a quiz afterwards. There's no prizes, it's just for fun, but everybody loves and enjoys it. So we all meet up there, and one of the ladies brought me a couple of books that she thought I might enjoy. So the first one is The Daughters of Ironbridge by Molly Walton, so it's that one. And then the second one is A Sister's Struggle by Mary Gibson. Thank you very much to the lovely lady that gifted me these. So that is that. That is my book haul for January. There's an awful lot here. I really need to slow down on the book buying because I haven't much room left on my shelves. Unless I start taking down some of the decorations, and I like the decorations on my shelves. So yes, anyway, it is time for me to go. It's time for my tea, so I am off. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!